Today we're going to listen to the story, The Three Wallabies Gruff, and it's written by Yvonne Morrison and Heath Mackenzie. We're going to meet the dad Gruff, the mum Gruff, and the baby Gruff, and the big evil Yowie. I hope you all enjoy. Far out in the red country, dusty and dry, was a wallaby family saying their goodbye. A dad, mum and son. Wallabies Gruff was their name. They'd all had enough, and the drought was to blame. They wanted to look at a pleasanter sight, where plants weren't so brown, but were luscious and green. They hoped they would find somewhere leafy and cool, with trees bending over a sparkling pool.
Oh my goodness me, it's so hot, my paws are so dry.
Phew, I wish we were somewhere a bit nicer. Yeah, Mum, can we please go?
Meanwhile, far away in the beyond, there was a sparkling pond. Luscious green trees grew alongside, and a rickety bridge where a Yowie would hide. This Yowie was selfish and stingy and cruel, and wouldn't let anyone else use his pool.
This is such a nice place and it's all mine.
Into a luscious clearing with all of their stuff, who should turn up but the Wallabies Gruff? Here were luscious green trees, it was shady and cool, with an amazing sparkling pool.
Wow!
Little Gruff said,
I think we should all take a stroll and have a close look at the nice swimming hole.
Oh, I think my swim will keep, but you two go ahead while I have a quick sleep.
Oh, I need to unpack. But then it's okay with us if you head down the track. Hop along and cool off. It's been hot in the sun. I'll come down and join you as soon as I'm done.
Little Gruff was excited. He longed for a swim. To snooze was too boring. Unpacking was grim. He bounced down the track through the tight, narrow gap. Yowie reared up from the ditch underneath, with his bloodshot red eyes and his fearsome sharp teeth.
Who's that slip-slap down my private track? I'll gobble you up for my afternoon snack.
I don't think you should. You won't get much meat, as I'm nothing but fluff. My mother is coming. She's bigger than me. Why don't you try gobbling her for your tea?
Yes, I'm keen for a big meal. Why settle for less? Go on then. Why don't you go and take a cool bath while I'll wait for your mummy to come down the path.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Gruff had set up their new place and was longing to rinse off her paws and her face. She bounced down the path, unaware of her trap. Fangs dripping slime and his eyes burning red, from under the bridge lurched the Yowie and said,
Who's that going slip-slap down my private track? I'll gobble you up for my afternoon snack.
I don't think you should. I'm not all that big. I won't fill you enough. My husband is coming. He's bigger than me. Why don't you try gobbling him for your tea?
Oh, yes, I'm keen for a big meal. Why settle for less? Go on. Why don't you take a cool bath while I'll wait for your hubby to come down that path?
Just then, with a snort, old Gruff woke from his kip and was ready to join his wife and son for a dip. He bounced down the track, feeling fresh from his nap. The Yowie reared up, just the same as before. Through razor-sharp teeth, he let out a great roar.
Who's that going slip-slap down my private track? I'll gobble you up for my afternoon snack.
But then he caught sight of the fierce Mr. Gruff, who was rippling with muscles, wiry and tough. Poor Yowie, he couldn't believe his two eyes. For once he had picked on a bloke his own size.
It's high time you started to share. I've got an idea what might do the trick.
He stood up tall and pulled a gruff face, then gave a growl of his own, hoping it would do the trick. The Yowie ran off, scared down to his tail, and everyone cheered as they could now use the trail. As for the Yowie, embarrassed and sore, he sensibly chose not to settle the score. He found a new pond that was cool and inviting, and hoped that his new life would be far less exciting.